Recently on social media, I've been seeing a lot of people complain about life in the UK. And the videos are almost identical every time I see them on my For You page or the Explore feed. It's some guy saying, the UK's finished, mate. The UK, it's a shithole. It's grey and rainy. Taxes are too high. There's too many immigrants. And they will proceed by saying, and that's why I'm in Thailand. That's why I'm in Spain. That's why I'm in insert country with a hot climate, usually, right? Now, look, I don't care what people do with their own lives. It's their decision. I never get angry at people's personal decisions. It's none of my business, right? But when they go on social media and they preach that happiness is a destination, I have my own stance on that. I don't believe happiness is a destination. It's not a certain city or country. It's a state of mind. If you hate living in the UK, it's not the UK that you hate, it's your life in the UK. There's a very clear distinction here. If you were a millionaire living in the UK, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying on social media about how the UK's finished and it's crap. And millionaires still enjoy an extraordinary life here in the UK. It's one of the best places to be when you're doing very well. But it's, in general, it's a state of mind. When you use a word like hate, I hate the UK, I hate it here, that reflects your internal state. You're not content with the life that you're living. You're not. And you feel that going somewhere else will solve your problems. No, it won't. If you're a miserable git and you live here in the UK, once the honeymoon phase is over in Thailand, once you've been there for a month or two, the misery will kick back in. It may kick in within the first week of you being there for some people. It's almost like they get there after they, go swimming for a bit and they eat all the cheap food and everything. Then they sit down and think, you know what? It wasn't necessarily being in a hot place that I was after. It was just living a better life. There's a lot of people in Thailand that hate Thailand and that believe that life in the UK will make them happy. And sure enough, for some people, moving somewhere new and gaining new experiences can bring a lot of fulfillment. It can. But there's a very powerful quote which I heard many years ago and it stuck with me. And that quote is, wherever you go, there you are. It's a very simple but profound quote. Wherever you go, there you are. Meaning, if you're a miserable git and you live here in London, if you go to Cape Town in South Africa, chances are you're still going to be a miserable git. Because you're not addressing the real reasons why you feel unfulfilled, why you feel pissed off. Now, if what you're after is lesser taxes and a better climate, then you can say, for me, these things are very important. But for other people, it may not be that important. But when you make a sweeping statement like the UK is finished, this place is finished, it doesn't have to be the UK, it can be the US. When people say, oh, America's finished or whatever, it isn't. It isn't. It really isn't. A lot of Americans enjoy a remarkable standard of living. And even those that aren't rich, they still feel like, man, America's my place. Even with the fucked up shit that exists within the US, even with all the drama, the crime, the migration, I still love the USA. There are people that find joy in the little things. And people like that tend to live a more fulfilled life. And this is definitely something that I've adjusted within myself over the years. I used to say things like this, like, oh man, if I could just get to this specific city, I'll feel a lot better over there. When in reality, it's not the city that will solve my problems. It's me that will solve my problems. It's me. It's up to me. I have the power to change the reality that I live. I'm also very realistic. I understand that once the honeymoon phase wears off, in regards to being in a new place, then the reality will kick back in again. If I haven't worked on myself, I will still feel like shit in a different place. I will. So I just wanted to offer my 2 cents on this, because it really annoys me when people go out there and preach that, oh, if you move somewhere else, you'll feel so much happier. It's like, well, no, that doesn't apply to everybody. And you know what? Some people don't mind paying higher taxes because they make more money, so they can justify it. And also people that are doing really well have other ways of paying less tax. If you're a business, you can write off a lot of things. And so look, you got to have a mindset of seeing beauty in the little things, dancing in the rain, seeing the birds out on the trees. The UK is a beautiful country. There are so many incredible places to see, parks, mountains, right? So yeah, I just wanted to say that. It's not a video specifically about the UK. I get it, the standard has dropped, but it's dropped globally. It really has. It's not a UK problem. Of course, we're being mismanaged. The governments that we've had over the last few years haven't done a terrific job, but then expecting governments to do terrific jobs, I don't want to say is naive, but a lot of these politicians will talk a good game before they get into power. And then once they do, they go against everything they spoke about prior to running for that position. So it's like, well, if I can't trust the people at the top to make good decisions, I need to trust myself to make good decisions. I need to, instead of relying on a good economy, I need to create my own economy. Create fruitful and prosperous conditions by working on myself. How can I improve my quality of life without relying on Keir Starmer or Donald Trump or whatever, right? What can I do to ensure that I'm good? It may mean you have to work a little bit harder, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, guys. So yeah, the UK is not finished. There's still so much beauty within the United Kingdom. There are so many incredible people living in the United Kingdom. If you feel that you'll be better off elsewhere, go. Go, explore, discover. But it will serve you well in the long run to adopt a mindset of, well, I need to ensure I'm okay wherever I am. Remember the quote that I just said earlier? Wherever you go, there you are. If you're miserable in the UK, you'll be miserable in Dubai. If you're miserable in Dubai, you'll be miserable in Cape Town. Misery will just follow you like a cloud above your head that won't go away until you do the internal work. Oftentimes, it's not the fact that the UK is ruining your life. It's the fact that you're not doing what you need to do to ensure that you live a good life. I see it all the time. People leave the UK thinking that Thailand will solve their problems. They'll go there after the honeymoon phase. They'll realize, crap, even Thailand has its problems. Then they'll start missing things in the UK that they used to take for granted. And then they'll come back and they'll enjoy a brief honeymoon phase here in the UK again. And then they'll feel like, oh, the UK shit, mate. And then they'll try and go to America. And it's a cycle that never ends. The issue isn't where you live. The issue is with the way you see life at the moment. Find beauty in the little things. If you don't like the conditions that you're living in, create better conditions for yourself. Create better conditions. Is it easier said than done? Probably, yeah. But it can be done because other people have done it. All right, that's just my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Subscribe down below if you're new here. and I'll see you in the next one.